that what you let us through?
Paulina, please. Did you do it, Paulina?
No comment. Would you please excuse us? Come on.
How did it feel, Paulina? Did you think you were above the law?
You lied about it for so long. How does it feel to finally be brought to justice?
Any comments, Captain Carlina?
Yeah, I got a comment.
Joe,
for you.
don't
No,
let him
it's
get
what
to
they
you.
want. Come on, just give him...
Just
Paulina! She didn't even see me.
Well, she'll see us later.
It's not fair, Nick. It's not fair at all.
Yeah, come on, let's grab some seats, okay?
Jake.
Hi.
Hi. So is this how you want it to be? We just, run into each other, but you're not going to sleep at home. Is that how you want it?
Does anyone in your family know you came to see me?
No, they wouldn't understand.
They've turned Amanda against me, haven't they?
I just don't get it. I mean, on one hand, there's Cameron, who's a confessed murderer, and they treat him like a family member. And then on the other hand, there's you, and you're sweet, smart, successful, and handsome. I just don't get it.
Well, I guess it's true what they say. Nice guys finish last.
Not this time.
What do you mean? What could you possibly do?
Whatever you want. I'll send her a message. I'll tell you her favorite everything so you can have the inside track. I'll do anything.
Well, I was thinking, no, I don't want to complicate matters more than they already are, and I definitely don't want to include you.
Too late. What is your idea?
Well, what if you called your mom and made plans to meet her in the garden?
Bait and switch, so she gets you instead of me. Done.
Amanda's just starting to believe me when it comes to Halliday. Now, I don't want to screw this up. Will you tell her this?
Of course I'll tell her as soon as I can find her.
Tell me what?
There is something you need to know.
What is it?
Cameron and I were over at Halliday's hotel room earlier.
You didn't tell me you were going there.
I told you that he's been avoiding me, and I wanted to know why.
Did you meet him?
Yes, we did. Darling, this is going to sound very strange. David Halliday is Jordan Stark.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's impossible.
I've met both men, and Jordan Stark and David Halliday are two very different people.
That's what everyone believes, but... Amanda, you know I was working on the sculpture of Jordan Stark. I decided I would see what he looked like without the deformities.
Halliday's face was underneath.
That's why he destroyed it. He knew I was onto him.
It toppled over. It was an accident.
There has been nothing accidental since Jordan Stark came to this city.
I knew there was something wrong about Halliday from the get-go. But your mom's the one who figured this out. Now, it's true, Amanda. Halliday and Stark are the same man.
That horrible face that I saw in my dreams, that's... David? Oh, I gotta think that I almost... What? Why?
That's what we have to find out.
Hello.
Hi, Mom, it's me.
Allie, are you at school?
No.
Where are you? What's wrong?
Nothing. Would you just meet me at the garden gate in about an hour? I'll explain everything there.
Why an hour? Why not now?
Oh, just do what I say, okay? Done.
Dude, we are such a cool team.
I don't want you leaving the house until we get some answers.
That was Allie. She's skipping school and she won't tell me why.
Well, call her. Tell her to get right home.
What are you going to do?
We have a set of Halliday's prints. We're going to check with the cops to see if they match Jordan's. Then we're going to know that we're right.
Do they have Jordan Stark's prints?
Well, they swept Lumina when we were looking for Jasmine, so hopefully they have a set of Jordan's prints. I'm going to go get the car brought around. I'll meet you outside.
Okay.
Cameron, wait. I wanted to say, thank you. for watching out for me. And for not listening to me when I told you to stay away.
No, it's just like I promised. That I would always protect you. No matter what. Call Allie.
Allie, if I lived 20 lifetimes, I could neither forget nor begin to repay all you've done for me.
Hey, I told you a long time ago. There isn't much that I wouldn't do for you. My mom's been with a lot of losers since she and my dad split up, and you're the first one since him who's actually been good for her. Hello? Wait, I can't hear you. We're breaking up. Hold on.
Come on, we're gonna miss the elevator.
Oh, I can't. I'll lose my connection. I'll tell you what, I'll meet you downstairs. Hello?
Allie, it's me. I need you to come home right now. Allie, are you there?
What is this, some kind of joke? You're ordering me home since when?
Since when do you ditch school without an explanation?
I told you I'd explain at the garden.
Allie, please. I need to speak to you. Can you please just come home?
Look, Mom, I know I'm in trouble, okay? So, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you at the garden and you can yell at me there without the whole house knowing.
I would rather not.
Why not?
Allie, why is it so impossible for you to do something that I ask? Can you please just come home or tell me where you are and I will send a car to pick you up?
I'm not a kid. I think I can find my own way. Why does she have to ruin everything?
Look, Vicky.
Look, I really can't get into this right now. You know, I got to testify against my best friend. It's about all I can handle.
Yeah, well, I called the house earlier and Donna said that you had a subpoena.
Is that why you're here?
Just because I hate the way that you deal with Donna and Marley doesn't mean I'm not in love with you. Let's see, if my memory serves me correct, it would be this muscle right here.
Oh, God. Sometimes I really hate you.
I know. It's trying to remind you what you're missing. You're gonna do fine inside there. Hey, has it started yet?
No, not yet.
See you inside. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Right.
What are you doing here? What does it look like?
You're called to testify, right? You can't be here while court's in session.
Do I look like I give a damn? You holding up okay?
I'd be better if Tim wasn't here to see this.
You'd be here if it were him.
I wasn't there, Jim, for so many years.
Baby, why don't you let your family worry about you for a change?
Jake,
Yeah, man.
thanks for coming.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
But after everything I didn't do when Vicky was accused, I thought you'd hate me forever.
You are my favorite ex-wife.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Anthony Walker presiding.
Here we go again.
That young man with the earrings, he's a witness. Get him the hell out of this courtroom.
Hey, don't pop an artery, all right? I'm out of here.
Please be seated. Is prosecution ready to call their first witness?
We call Victoria McKinnon to the stand.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good morning, Mrs. McKinnon. Due to the witness's relationship with the defendant, permission to treat as hostile?
Granted. Proceed.
What was your relationship with the decedent, Grant Harrison?
He was my ex-husband and the father of my son.
And what was the nature of your relationship at the time of his death?
Rotten.
That's why you nearly bludgeoned him to death,
No,
isn't it?
It isn't, actually. I did that because he was trying to kidnap my son. He was going to tie me up. He was planning on leaving the country with my...
Please, just answer the question, yes or no.
Yes.
So you stopped him, didn't you? You hit him with this. An
Yeah.
angel.
Yes.
Pretty heavy, wouldn't you say? At least 10 pounds.
I don't know.
Let me hear. Try it out for yourself. Go on, please. So you picked up that angel, that blunt, heavy object, and you hit Grant Harrison over the head.
Yes.
How hard did you swing this angel that night, Victoria? Was it real hard or just hard enough?
I don't know.
Hard enough to stop him?
Yes.
Hard enough to knock him unconscious?
Yes, I had to stop
Hard
him.
enough that you were terrified you had murdered him?
Objection. He's putting words in her mouth.
Mr. Swanson is allowed to lead a hostile witness overruled. Please answer the question.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Mayor Harrison's condition after you hit him. He was bleeding, wasn't he?
I was trying to stop him from kidnapping my son.
And not moving?
Yes.
Not moving, not breathing. Who else saw Grant bleeding on that floor?
My husband, Jake McKinnon, and my sister, Marley Hudson.
You all thought he was dead?
Yes.
3 people. Before the police arrived, 3 people saw the mayor in such a debilitated condition as to be presumed dead. In fact, you and your sister Marley were so convinced that you had killed Mayor Harrison that you concocted a plan to trade places, as it were. Your sister would confess to the murder in your place. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
But what you didn't know is you really didn't kill Grant, did you?
No, I didn't.
Your Honor, I'm holding in my hand what has previously been entered into evidence as People's One, the medical examiner's report.
Yes?
The report says, cause of death, asphyxiation. After you dealt Grant Harrison that blow to the head, someone else smothered the life from his body. Someone, but not you. Isn't that correct, Mrs. McKinnon?
Yes.
And you were able to prove that you didn't smother him because you had a tape recorder in your purse.
Yes.
A tape that captured Grant Harrison's final spoken words after you struck him.
Yes.
Your Honor, the tape in question, item number 3 on your evidence sheet. Do you recognize this tape, Mrs. McKinnon?
Yes, but you know, a tape is a tape, so...
Not so. Not so at all. Because this is a special tape. It is a voice from beyond the grave of an injured man pleading for mercy and giving death.
What are you doing? You can't just destroy all of your work, all of your research.
I told you I don't want any connections to remain.
But how can you just throw it all away?
To paraphrase Miss Allen, this is the way the world ends. Not with a whimper, but a bang. This is what we've been working toward. The end. All roads have led here. In just under 30 minutes, this building and all traces of Jordan Stark in this life will go up in smoke. An appropriate backdrop for tonight's festivities, don't you think?
Just throw away everything that you have struggled so long for.
These things, these trappings, are the last vestiges of a dreamer. They're meaningless to me. I'll soon have all I want, and in the hands of whoever follows me, just dangerous.
What about me?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're free to go.
Is it? After I've done everything that you've asked me, I've sacrificed so much for you.
Have I failed to thank you, Margaret?
Thank you. That. After all these years, huh?
Go! Make a life! Fall in love, settle down, have a family.
Can I?
This is my life. This is all I know. Don't leave, George. Let me come with you, please. You need me. I can help you.
Margaret, it was work. That's all. Just work. And after today, my work's finished.
David? David, where are you? I know you're here. I followed you. David? What? Oh, this is way too trippy. David? Hey. It's Grandma's. David! David!
Help me.
Let the record show that Mary Harrison's final words were "help me." Help me. Hardly the words of a man capable or intending to inflict physical harm.
Objection. Counsel has no way of knowing the condition of Mr. Harrison when he uttered those words. Sustained.
Was there a point after you rendered Grant Harrison unconscious where you feared, threatened, that he might retaliate against you physically?
No.
No. In your opinion, could anyone feel threatened by him in the condition he was in?
Objection. The witness is not a medical doctor. She's not qualified to testify as to Mr. Harrison's physical condition.
Your Honor, I'm not asking about Grant Harrison's medical condition. I'm asking about a layman's perception of that condition.
Overruled, Mr. Winthrop.
I'll repeat the question. Could you imagine anyone feeling threatened by an unconscious...
Look, I don't know about anybody else.
Fine. Just speak for yourself. Did it enter your mind that Grant Harrison could harm anyone while he lay unconscious and bleeding on that office floor? Yes or no?
No.
Sorry. I missed that, Mrs. McKinnon. Louder, please.
No.
Thank you. No further questions.
Your witness, Mr. Winthrop. Mrs. McKinnon. You knew Grant Harrison just about as well as anyone.
Unfortunately.
And yet you had no idea that he was planning to leave the country with your young son, did you?
That's right.
Could you characterize the nature of your dealings with Grant Harrison?
Oh, he was a lying, deceitful...
Objection. The deceased is not on trial here.
Sustained. Do you think, looking back, that Grant Harrison was capable of pretending his physical condition when you hit him in order to wreak his revenge?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Grant was capable of far more than that.
Objection, Your Honor. This is conjecture. Counsel is grandstanding for the jury.
If the court accepts her testimony on her perception of Mr. Harrison's physical condition, then it must also accept her testimony on her perception of her ex-husband's mental state, on which she is an expert.
I think that's debatable. Sustained. Mr. Winthrop.
No further questions, Your Honor.
The witness may stand down.
I am so sorry, Paulina.
Josie, we need your help.
What's wrong?
I need you to run a set of prints for me.
Whose?
David Halliday's an investor with Bravo.
Well, what did he do?
I have reason to believe that he's a threat to my family.
What makes you think that?
I have a feeling that Halliday and Stark are the same person.
Stark, the Lumina guy.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we have to determine from these prints.
If I'm right about this, Halliday and Stark are the same person. And that means Halliday was the one that put me in the tower. He was the one that used mind control over Matthew and Amanda. He was the one who kidnapped Jasmine.
Whoa. Slow down.
You have to help us pin this guy down.
Oh, wait, but Karen, do we have proof?
Every inch of Lumina was dusted when Jasmine was kidnapped, right?
Yeah, but...
Well, run Stark's prints against these, run across comparison. We'll see if we have the same man.
Cameron, I can't do that.
Sure you can. You have the prints on file. You're not going to need a warrant.
We don't have any prints. I'm sorry.
I thought you just said...
Not one of the prints we lifted from Lumina were Jordan Stark's. The guy must have either wore gloves all the time or been a clean freak or just didn't leave fingerprints.
Tell me, that's not a tear. Margaret, if I didn't know you better, I'd swear you were positively human.
So, what do we do now?
I'm on my way to meet Amanda at the garden gate. And when I do...
There you are. I thought I'd never find you in this place. Look, my mom can't make it to the garden, so we have to come up with something else.
Something else? What a pity.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I thought I heard someone else.
And who might that be?
My friend David?
You mean David Halliday? Hell of a chap. I know him well. Good looking, too.
David, is that you?
Step closer, child. Get a better look.
What happened to your face?
Oh, what a lovely girl. Miss Allen, allow me to introduce Alexandra Fowler. If I knew you were coming, I would have changed the occasion, alas.
The statue. The statue that my grandmother was sculpting. You're Jordan Stark? You're the one who's been hurting my family?
Now, was that any way to talk to your old friend, David?
What do you want with us? Why are you hurting my mother?
You know, see, that's where most people get it wrong. There's no pain involved. Amanda won't feel a thing.
I'll tell Cameron. I'll tell everyone what you are. You won't get within a mile of my mother.
Do you really think you can stop me, Allie? Nothing can stop me. Do you really think I'm going to let you leave now, Allie?
Let me go.
But, Allie, the fun hasn't even started yet.
Help me! Somebody help me!
What do you mean Stark didn't leave any prints?
Everybody leaves prints.
Unless they've had their skin burned off.
There'd still be a trace.
Or maybe he had some sort of skin disorder that would account for his disfigurement.
No. He's more likely to have wiped everything.
In which case there'd be no prints at all.
Oh, no, we did find some prints. Miss Allen, Zach's, even yours.
Do you think he wore gloves?
No, never with me.
Maybe he's germ-obsessed.
No, wait a second. This guy is very weird, but he's no Howard Hughes. I don't know what else to say to you, Josie. I'm convinced that Halliday is Jordan Stark.
That leads me to my second point. David Halliday, he's from Omaha, Nebraska. He's been missing for several months. Nobody's seen or heard from him since.
You're kidding.
No, we're not kidding. And I don't know what to think. All I know is I've got to find out who this guy is. And if you can't help me, then I'm going to have to find out some other way.
Hey. How you doing?
How am I doing? How do you think? Swanson was trying to set me up, and he didn't.
Listen. You told the truth. That's what everybody expected in there, okay?
I don't know.
You want to go back in? You can listen now that you testified.
No, I can't. If I leave now, I can still make Kirk's play.
That's today?
Yeah. It's today. I told him I'd be in the front row. He's the narrator, remember?
All right, I'll go with you. What?
Well, Marley's there. Marley's there just until I had a chance to get there.
Exactly how she worms her way back into your life, Vicky.
What are you talking about? He's a little boy. He was terrified. He wanted someone in the audience.
Why, you think Marley's going to help that out?
No. You know something? The boys are doing just fine with her. You seem to be the one who thinks she's got some plot to screw up your precious existence.
Our existence, Vic. Last time I checked, we were still in this together.
Oh, so you remember.
Look. I'll tell you what, I'll stay. You go tell Kirk I love him, okay? I'll see you later.
I'll call you just to see what happened.
So when you entered the office, you discovered Marley with the body, correct?
Yes?
Did anyone take Mayor Harrison's pulse?
Captain Carlino told me that he was dead.
So it was on the basis of Captain Carlino's word that Mayor Harrison was presumed dead?
Yes.
The same Captain Carlino who was married to the defendant?
Yes.
The same Captain Carlino who, was dismissed from his position?
Yes.
Why was that?
Objection, Your Honor. I want an offer of proof as to why this is relevant.
Your Honor, we have reason to believe that Captain Carlino may have been the target of blackmail.
Objection overruled. Please answer the question.
Because of irregularities in the investigation of Mayor Harrison's death.
Did you suspect that Captain Carlino may have been the target of blackmail?
That was my belief at first, but the...
Thank you. Your witness?
What's with this judge? It's a two-course meal. He's got it in for Paulina now, he's gonna have it in for me later. At least that's what he thinks.
State your name.
Donna Love Hudson.
She wouldn't even be here if I hadn't called the police and told them that she knew something about the night of the murder. I mean, maybe Paulina wouldn't even be here either.
So you did the right thing. And Paulina's got a lot of friends. We're not going to let anything happen to her.
With what Donna saw? I don't know how.
Mrs. Hudson, according to your statement, you were in the hallway just outside your office at the time of Mayor Harrison's murder.
Yes.
And you also stated that you saw several people enter and exit your office that evening. Is this true?
Yes.
Could you now state for the record whom you first saw exit your office?
There was my daughter, Victoria, and her husband, Jake McKinnon.
Go on.
And then they were followed by Captain Carlino and Officer Burrell, who went into the office. And then they came out with my other daughter, Marley Hudson.
Okay, and next? It's a simple question.
Well, Jake went back into the office to retrieve my daughter's purse and scarf.
Okay, I see. Then, after Jake left for the second time, who entered the room next?
Paulina.
Paulina. And while Paulina was in the office with Mayor Harrison, who had been injured and was presumed dead by the police, did you hear sounds of a struggle?
No.
Sounds of a scuffle, anything?
Objection, the witness has already answered the question.
There was a second question, overruled. Please answer the question.
Well, you know, the walls of my office were constructed extra thick, so no, I heard absolutely nothing.
If you were being attacked and your big, strong husband was in the building, wouldn't you yell your head off? To hell with the walls.
Objection.
Sustained.
When did you see Paulina exit your office?
Shortly after she entered it.
Okay. And when the defendant emerged from the room, how did she look to you?
Oh, my God. She looked lovely. She had on a beautiful black velvet coat.
Were there any signs of a struggle? Were there ripped clothes, missing buttons, even a scratch?
Nope.
No evidence the defendant was in imminent danger. No signs of a struggle. But what we do have are two words. Two innocent words of a dying man. Help me.
Objection. Is the assistant district attorney questioning the witness, or is he beginning his closing argument?
Sustained. The jury will disregard Mr. Swanson's last comment.
No further questions.
Mr. Winthrop, your witness.
Miss Love. Would you be so kind as... What's up?
Word around is that Walker went after this case with both barrels. The thing my friend thinks is strange is that Walker would rather spend his time in the clubhouse than the courthouse.
Yes.
Kind of makes you wonder.
Why does Anthony Walker give a damn?
Sometimes the old-fashioned methods really are the best. You're not afraid of me, are you? Good. Time to phone home.
Claudia,
Ellie should have been home already, so whenever she does arrive, please come find me. It's urgent. And don't let anyone in, especially David Halliday.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Mom, it's me.
Ellie, what's wrong? Where are you?
Meet me at the garden. Just be there, okay? No, Mom, don't! He's lying!
Ellie? Ellie, honey, what's wrong?
The garden. Be there.
Loud voice for such a little girl.
Just the touch I needed. I knew you'd come through for me, Allie. You always did.
Please, just whatever you do, don't hurt my mom, please.
Allie, I want to help her through this transition. Once we're together, your mother and I will be going to a much better place than this.
What are you talking about? She won't go! She won't!
I provided for your future. Margaret, wherever that may be, check your bank account. I'm sure you'll be quite pleased.
Jordan.
Good luck, Miss Allen. And goodbye.
Can't let it all go up in flames. All of these love letters and this Bible. Help me! You're going to do something! Help me! Don't be afraid. He's right, you know. There's no pain in the end. Just try not to be afraid.
You were confined to a wheelchair until when?
A few weeks ago.
Maybe confined isn't the right word, though, since you've been walking for some time.
Yes.
Since when?
Since the night of Grant's murder.
And yet you kept your recovery secret from your family. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
You also didn't come forward and tell the police what you'd seen the night of the murder. Why is that?
I was afraid.
How would you characterize your relationship to the deceased?
Non-existent. He was a non-human. I pretended he didn't exist.
But you were his former mother-in-law, is that correct?
Not in my book, I wasn't.
Is it fair to say that you hated the man?
Yes.
Yet you withheld information from the police. You chose to obstruct justice. You were questioned repeatedly about the events of that night, and your repeated response each time was to lie, to withhold, to fabricate, to obfuscate. So what I'm wondering is, why should this jury believe a single word you say now?
Your Honor, argumentative.
Sustained. Mr. Winthrop, Miss Hudson has taken an oath and sworn to tell the truth.
Oh, I don't believe this guy.
No more outbursts out of you, Mr.
What did I do, Joe?
Because of your lack of self-control that you find yourself in this predicament.
Now, you wait a minute.
You're in contempt. $500 fine. Please escort this gentleman out of my courtroom. You can come back tomorrow when you've cooled off.
I'm leaving.
I'm going with you. Come on.
This court is in recess.
Of course, in recess. Why don't you go in there and make yourself useful and comfort your mother?
Joe.
What the hell, Cass? What the hell is Walker's deal? It wasn't even an outburst.
His conduct is beyond reprehensible.
There's no way we can win. We can't win. He's not. There's no way we're going to get a fair trial from that pig.
It'll just give us stronger grounds for an appeal.
Cass, this is where you're supposed to say, Joe, settle down. Joe, it's early. Joe, I got this whole thing in the bag.
I won't lie to you, Joe. It's not looking good.
Hey, can you tell Paulina that,
No. Tell her yourself.
No, she looks like she's got a lot on her mind, so I just don't... Shrewd.
Tim, help baby.
It's gonna be okay, all right? I'm here.
Why? Sweetie, I wish you were a world away.
Miss Allen.
Where is Stark? We want to see him now.
Not here. Then we'll wait.
He's not coming back, ever.
No. You're not going anywhere until we get some answers.
Amanda. I'm glad you could make it.
Where is she? Where's Allie?
She's here. In the garden. Where she said she'd be.
I told her to come straight home. Why would she be here?
Oh, I think you know the answer to that one already, Amanda.
What is going on here? That looks like the key you gave me for my wedding gift. Is this some sort of game?
No. I never cared much for games.
Why are you doing this?
Do you want to see your daughter again or not?
Where is she?
Mommy! Mommy! Mommy!
If you want to see Allie, I suggest you come inside. Amanda, Allie needs you.
Allie? Allie, where are you?
Strange. She was here a moment ago.
What have you done? Where is my daughter? What have you done?
Stay tuned for scenes from tomorrow's show.
It's time for us to start playing hardball.
Okay, what do you got in mind?
I move that you recuse yourself from this case.
What grounds could you possibly have for asking me to step down?
I have ample reason to believe that my client cannot receive a fair trial with you presiding.
I'm going to make you mine.
Michael. Oh. Look at this.
That's Amanda.
It's the original Stark's wife, Amelie.
Come, my beloved.
He set up a bomb, Allie.